All right, well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Lorecast Eternals.
I want to die.
Congratulations, folks.
I think I've already lost count. This is episode 5, I believe.
Four, part 2.
4, part 2.
Episode 4, part 2.
I wrote this wrong in my notes that I did not write.
I think that's fair.
Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again to complete our episode 4, which would be the main gods of the Pantheon.
Well,
not Pantheon,
or
just gods.
The more major gods. I keep forgetting
Yeah.
the Pantheon's not really a thing anymore.
yeah. But yeah, so for the attentive listener, you will notice that we are actually a day late, but we had some personal issues come up, so we're going to be producing this one a day late than we normally would.
Philip's being nice. I'm a colossal failure.
Bro, don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
I love you. And
Yeah.
now you need to learn to love yourself. Now go the fuck away and get on an emotional journey, you little shit.
Colossal, yes. Failure, no.
All right. Wow.
Bro, that's fucking mean, yo. Yeah, get sprayed with a squirt bottle.
I was just for episode 3, bitch.
But no, so today we will be covering just a few of the gods. To be perfectly frank, this is going to be a fairly short episode because we thought there would be a lot more to this than it was, and then we started doing our research, and turns out the rest of the gods that we haven't already listed that aren't chaos kind of did fuck all. So
yeah, there's going to be some minor gods we're not covering yet. But that's because they're so minor that realistically, until we delve a lot deeper into the lore, they're just really not worth mentioning. But realistically, it's probably a good thing that this episode is going to be so short because next episode is Chaos Gods, and Lord help us.
who's ready for another 2-hour episode?
Chaos gods and maybe part 2, chaos. No, should we do chaos then? We will talk about
We'll
it.
probably
we'll
do
figure it
Chaos
out.
Gods and Chaos characters because the Chaos characters are prominent, play a very big part in the story realistically.
Yeah.
To a
That's
certain
what I would say.
extent, they play more of an important part than the gods do.
Not entirely wrong.
Anyway,
Alrighty, so
moving on.
I don't believe we have any big announcements going on right now.
I'm pregnant.
When did this happen?
Okay, but who's the father?
Y'all don't know him, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's his left hand.
Anywho, let's go ahead and just dive on into this.
Oh man, that looks like a suspicious tumor.
And because I'm an asshole, eeny, meeny, Mitchell's going first.
Heyo.
Oh no, I got no rights to say it that I'm most tired, but I'm the most tired.
Oh yeah, mister, I didn't have to do shit at work today.
Hey, that makes for very long days.
Oh man, doing
That
nothing is
does.
exhausting.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got paid today to do basically nothing except, make Mitchell's lunch because
I guess-
he came and visited me at work.
Technically, I got paid to fight with my roommates today. Technically.
Nice.
This goes right back into the I want to die comment. Anywho.
Oh, let's
Getting
see.
on with the episode though. So, Mitchell.
Should I do Kragnos or Booty
No,
Call?
we're doing all destruction together.
Well, yeah, he can do Kragnos and you can do Gorgon over that.
Oh yeah, I guess that is what like that.
let's do destruction first. Well, we're gonna hit Kragnos. He's the deity of earthquakes. He's actually an ascended god, so he's not
Ooh.
not god.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, are any of them truly God?
I think Sigmar and Gorgomorka are, and the dwarven ones are like gods.
yeah.
The elves don't count.
Well, the way Mitchell said that is he used air quotes, and I'm like, well, there isn't really a big G in this universe, so
Well,
are any of them
the
really
chaos gods are
God?
god
I
gods.
would say
Okay,
chaos. I would say the
that's fair,
chaos
that's fair.
gods. So no, the chaos gods are big G's, and realistically, the dwarven gods are like big G gods, but they're like there's G.
They're minor big G gods.
If there's like a middle ground between a lowercase G and a capital G, that's like the gods the dwarven gods are.
It's like a lowercase G with an accent marker.
There you go.
Yeah, so he comes from the race known as the Drogoth?
Like Droguth, I think, or something like that.
Drogoth?
Drogoth?
They're centaurs.
Yeah, pretty much centaur people. Just big centaur
Really
people.
big centaur people.
They actually were a very peaceful race before this man was born.
And the living,
That's a fucking lie.
and then baby Gorgomorka got born.
Yeah. So, it was the era before the age before the age of myth. Which,
Yes, when he was born.
Because that's what is that called? The primeval era. Actually, still probably part of the age of
The age before ages.
yes.
There we
go. And it was into the nation of Donsi. Oh my God, who the hell spells this? Donsi. Dons? Is that E silent?
Dunsey, is
Can
that
we just
you
call it
calling out to
Dunsey?
me from Washington?
Can we just call it Dunsey and throw up one of his videos?
Yeah.
That's the podcast.
Yeah. We're gonna say Dunsey.
Hashtag call out to my man Dunsey up in Washington.
Yeah. And he was the son of the elder of Gorgos.
He was like the leader, right? He was the son of
Yes,
the
he was
leader.
the guy that actually made the non-aggression pact with the dragons.
Oh, and what realm is this?
Gur.
Gur. He was in Gur.
This
Gotcha.
is all in Gur.
Gotcha.
Gur will be featuring pretty heavily in our destruction section of this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
So to keep it more on the short end, Kragnos born, he angry.
He mad.
And he's nothing but anger, and so he actually beats up his brother to a pulp. And so he gets exiled. Takes his 5 closest friends, champions, whatever, and just
friends. Yeah, sure. Let's call them that.
Yeah, and they just go rampaging across Gur, and he got his nickname the End of Empires at this point in time because he sat there and he got rid of a lot of barbarian empires.
I feel like the orcs love this guy.
We're gonna get to that.
Hey.
What do you know?
In this process, the orcs began to venerate him, and they call him the Boss Trampler.
The boss trampler.
The Boss Trampler.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah. And during this period of time, this is when he finds his shield called the Tusk Breaker because Gorka Morka got angry at this. Well, Gorka Morka tried to take
A
a
bite
bite
out of the moon, right?
No, that's the Bad Moon.
Oh, okay.
The Bad Moon's completely different.
All right, okay,
Gorka
gotcha.
Morka likes to eat things, and he thought he could eat the shield and could not, and just chunked it into a crevice or something, or just deep into the planet realm. Well, Kragnos got it, called it the Tusk Breaker, and it just nullifies all magic.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Interesting.
During this period of time, Kragnos also becomes a kind of a weaponsmith. He makes really good weapons, and he's seen his mace.
He has to make his own crumpin stick.
Yeah.
You gotta find a good crump and stick somehow. Sometimes you just gotta do it yourself.
Walks off with
Hashtag
a carry a
Thanos.
big crumpin stick.
So it's during this period of time, since he's just angry and destroying everything, the orcs are like, destroy? That's what we do. You're a god. And so start to offering up the bones of the monsters that the orcs killed, and then what was that called? Amber bone. They slew an amber bone, which is like the realm stone of Gur.
Okay.
And so with all these sacrifices, this is kind of what made Kragnos more and more powerful.
And that's kind of how he became a god, I'm assuming?
Yes,
Gotcha.
pretty much. That's hence why he's an ascended god.
Wasn't born one, but was made one.
Yep. Oh, let's see. It's also during this period of time. Since
This is still in the Age of Myth, right?
this is all still in the Age of Myth. Majority of his lore is based in the Age of Myth.
Yeah, because he was gone for a long time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Since he kind of killed a majority and kind of got really bored of all the human barbarians or just barbarians in general, he was like, what's my next target? Those dragons look very angry or look like a formidable foe, and started a war with the dragons. His dad was not happy about that.
Yeah,
I can imagine
I can
so.
imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was stated that he got his closest followers, and that's when they started pummeling all the dragons. They went and they tried to defeat the dragons. I think they lost or something, and he went and just rampaged and just killed a lot of the eggs, which is very important. That's why the dragons are not in large numbers.
So he basically damn near genocided the entire Draconith race.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah, and so at that point, the dragons actually fought him and his followers, and Kragnos, I believe, was the only one to survive that battle.
Everyone dies.
I think some dragons were left, but it was the ruin of his followers. And at that point, he just got really, really angry and started crumping a lot more dragons, and cats are being sus.
Cats are being sus.
It was at this period of time the dragons were scared and they went to...
Well, yeah, their entire species basically got killed by one guy.
Yeah, they went to the lizard men.
My boys!
The Seraphon. And what they actually made an agreement because the lizardmen really, or Seraphon, whatever the hell we want to call them.
We'll just call them lizard boys.
They venerated the dragons. They're like
because Drakothian is the one who found them. So
it's like dragons cool. So they kind of like almost slightly worshipped them. But the dragons are like, hey buddies, we need your help. And this man is really scary. We will give you some eggs, the remaining of our eggs. And that's the reason why that there's more dragons coming out and about, because
the lizard boys protected the dragon babies.
Yes, the Seraphon were able to keep they took care of the eggs. They raised their dragons.
Secure, contain, protect.
And this is when it was Lord Croak.
My boy.
Yes.
Toad Dad.
Kragnos was very angry walking up a mountain. Toad Dad was like, no, you're not. Well, also a couple other slans. And they're like, no, you're not coming to kill us.
Did someone say slam?
And they actually overloaded Kragnos' shield that nullified magic to the point where we couldn't nullify magic anymore at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then they picked him up and slowly lowered him into the bone granite type of skeletal remain of a big old monster from before them.
So they buried him.
They buried him, yes.
They buried him in a prison of bone. Magic bone.
Get wrecked.
And
Get boned.
Get boned.
And it was in a state of timelessness, and he was asleep. And the only reason why he woke up recently into the Age of Sigmar is because Alariel did her ritual of life.
Woke him up.
And what happened was the trees on that mountain burrowed through their roots and opened up that containment.
God damn it, thick thighs.
I know. Not saving lives this time.
But she's still pretty thick, though.
So that is how he got out of the containment. And he walks, like, his first thing he wanted to do was actually go look for his race. G-Dubs has not stated that they're dead.
So they might still be just around.
He just not has found them yet.
So he's getting the Tyrion, the
Teclis Tyrion treatment.
Yeah, the Teclis.
At the moment, yes.
To be fair, after all the shit that he did, I wouldn't be surprised if like his race got suicided by the other races because they're like, oh yeah, this one dude's a dick, so his whole race must be a dick.
No,
genocide.
No, remember, they were known to be a very peaceful race, very docile.
Yeah, no, I just wouldn't be surprised if like there was a retaliatory strike by someone else.
The dragons probably knew that it was like, oh, it's not all of them, it's just Kragnos.
Sorry, I've been reading too many Epstein jokes recently, which is why they get suicided by someone else. Is why that was my mistake.
I mean, that does sound like some shit that Sigmar would do. I don't know what happened to them, man. I just showed up and they were all dead.
They just collectively threw themselves off of a cliff.
Yeah. Once he was awakened and he got out of this mountain, he I'm
assuming his status is currently angry as fuck.
Yes. Status, angry.
Activity, throwing hands.
Skill set, murder.
He went straight to the city of Excelsis, and just kind of crumped it. For daring to occupy his homeland. And also, before he fully got awakened, I sorry, we just had a moment with our toes.
You got something to tell him, baby? You having a moment here?
You know excuse y'all.
We are not talking.
Don't play footsies.
We are not talking about the Schlitterbahn thing. Shut up.
So what was this?
Shut up!
When he was actually still in captivity and starting to wake up, his hooves started to hit the ground, and it started to attract a lot of orcs to the thing. They're just like,
we know what that is.
They're like, what is this? They were just drawn towards it.
Because he's like the maker of earthquakes too, right?
Yes, pretty much. He became the god of earthquakes because his signature move while attacking cities with his followers, they would all stand up on their back two legs and slam their hooves in front to break walls.
Interesting.
Like just not even hit the wall. They just like
shifted the ground and make the wall fall down.
Yeah,
interesting.
Dope.
When as he destroyed that city, he actually amassed a small following of Gargants, and seeing that this is like it's kind of the only WoW going on at the time, Oh, wait a minute. No, wait, I'm reading that wrong.
So he has lots of friends at the moment, is what I'm hearing.
Yes. At some point, Gordrak, the guy,
The Fist of Gork.
the Fist of Gork, was like, you know what would be nice? If I tested this God Beast battering ram on this man. And apparently, so they fought. And since
That must have been in the Age of Chaos.
Age of Sigmar.
Oh. You didn't tell us we went to the Age of Sigmar. You didn't notify us of an age change. Bro, you gotta give us a heads up.
He did, you were gone.
Yeah.
You were dealing with cat shenanigans.
That's fair. Then I apologize.
It was at this point he got control of the orcs. And this is the reason why the orcs were following him. And
Did he kill the Fist of Gork?
no, I don't think he did, because he still has a model.
Did he beat him and now he is the Fist of Gork?
He beat him, and now he's leader of WOG.
Yeah, because the Fist of Gork is called the Fist of Gork for different reasons.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yeah.
I will cover when we get to Gork and Morka.
So he gets to the point. I'm gonna skip like one little thing because I don't think it's truly important. We will get to the Seraphon and Marathi part now.
You just want to get a snake lady.
Well, you know it.
I'm a snake.
Almost snake.
I'm a slithery little flippery thing.
They
I'm
saw
a
this man
snake.
coming, and they're like, I don't like that. And so they teleport him across the realm of Gur to the Cruel Boys.
Wait, the lizardmen saw that? Or the snake lady saw that? And they were like, nah, fuck this, yeet.
Before being tricked by Marathi and Lord Croak, who
Oh, it was
conjured
them together.
Oh my god!
who conjured an image of the Draconith. Enraged, he charged at them, unknowingly being teleported across Gur to the swamps of Thondia,
Bruh, Lord Croak does not like this man. He keeps fucking with him.
where he was sighted by the tribe of Cruel Boys. And now the Cruel Boys, many of their tribes kind of worship Kragnos.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's really about all I got for Kragnos.
Cool.
All right. Well, then in that case, we're going to go on to Gork and Morka, the actual orc god. So,
The actual, the main god of destruction.
yeah. So, as we've covered before, Gork and Morka was discovered by Sigmar, trapped inside of a living piece of amber. And then Sigmar freed him, and they had a massive battle, and Gork and Morka respected Sigmar for his martial prowess. He then decided to join the Pantheon of Order. While under the Pantheon of Order, Sigmar was basically like, hey, you, fighty boy, go fight shit, and basically used Gork and Morka and the orcs to clear out all of the monsters across the realms. Like, they were, basically he was like, hey, y'all need to go fight shit so y'all don't, like, kill my people, so I'm gonna go let you fight shit that's also gonna be helpful to me. And eventually Gork and Morka was like, so this is cool and all that, but, like, why the fuck do I have to wear pants?
Why the fuck do I have to wear pants? That's fair.
Yeah, so basically he got fed up with all the civilization and laws and politics, and he was just like, you know what? Screw all of you, WOG. And he just screamed a WOG that then became known as the Great WOG. And basically, he rounded up all of his orc boys, and he was like, it crumpin' time. And they literally went from one end of the mortal realms all the way to the other end of the mortal realms, crumpin' shit. And then they got to the far end of the mortal realms, and they were like, that was fun. Let's do it again. And then went all the way back. And yeah, so that was basically the big event that happened in the Age of Myth, is that he started up the Great WOG, and they just crumped. And that's basically what happened. And then, going into the Age of Chaos, because that really is the biggest shit that Gork and Morka does. Going into the Age of Chaos.
Important god, not a little lord, because he does one thing. He crump.
Yeah. So, going into the Age of Chaos, he got really fed up by what Chaos was doing on Gur, and was like, I don't like any of this. So then he starts aggressively beating down, Dark Forts? Something like that. Anyway, basically he starts aggressively crumping Chaos. And while he is literally beating the crap out of Chaos, a shard of his knuckle breaks off, and it is purged in green fire. And out from the green fire walks the Fist of Gork. Hence his name, the Fist of Gork.
Oh, he just makes an orc from a piece of himself.
Basically, and he is now like a mega boss.
Fair to say he's
yeah.
like a greater demon for Chaos God. He's like a splinter of the god himself.
I mean, to a certain extent, all orcs are, though.
I thought all orcs were mushrooms.
I mean, that's 40k lore. I don't know about Sigmar.
They're just fun guys.
Oh, God.
Please
The
stop.
puns, please
I
stop.
want to, please. I need to be stopped.
Yeah. Gorka Morka is the...
Please kill yourself.
Gorka Morka is the god of the orcs. He is the god primarily worshipped by the greenskins. And yeah, his whole thing is that he just fights shit. And he fights a lot of shit. And he has basically no lore in the actual Age of Sigmar itself.
So Kragnos' status, angry. Gorka Morka is status.
He's status still angry, mind you, just also with an asterisk that says unknown.
That's my secret cap. I'm always angry.
Basically.
So
the really cool thing about Gorka Morka, though, is that it is a two-headed god, and whenever he decides to get into an argument with himself, he splits and becomes Gork and Mork. And then they fight each other until they no longer want to fight each other anymore, and then they just merge back together and become the two-headed god Gorka
So
Morka.
is one brutal but cunning, and the other one cunning but brutal?
No, one is brutal and the other is cunning. But yeah, Gork, I believe, is the god of brutality, and Mork is the god of trickery. Basically, is how it works out. But yeah, no, effectively, they are both brutally cunning and cunningly brutal.
So Gorka Morka is just, these hands are rated E for everyone.
Gorka Morka is, these hands are rated for... Yeah, basically, these hands are rated E for everyone. But if you're catching these hands, they ain't stopping till you're dead. Because you ain't killing me. Because that's the kind of shit that Gorka Morka would say. At least in my mind. Headcanon. Going ham.
Now we're gonna go to status. What's the status of Behemoth?
Dead as fuck.
I mean, Philip, you were done, right?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna talk about Bahamut for a second. He is a god beast, technically. And he is the father of the Gargants, which are basically the giants in Age of Sigmar. And his dad was, I think it's pronounced Yumnog or
Yumnog, something like that.
and he's the grandfather of Gargants, and he was an even bigger, stronger version of Bahamut. He's the dad, and he's dead as fuck because Sigmar killed him.
Yeah. If y'all have ever played God of War 4 with Christian Judge, love that man. Anyway, with Christopher Judge, I think I said Christian. I meant Christopher.
Okay.
Anyway, so in that scene where like you have to go take the God of War up to get like the piece of the chisel from the giant, like that's Yimnog.
Yeah,
he's
big.
fucking huge.
He big. But so Bahamut is his son, and Bahamut is important because he, for basically the entirety of the Age of Myth, was basically Gorka Morka's like champion, his prized champion, and Gorka Morka liked to have him fight shit for funsies. Mm-hmm. But him and Gorka Morka shared a bunch of traits together. They were both big, they were both angry as fuck, and they both loved to crump. But yeah, so that's kind of what he did with Gorka Morka. However, when Gorka Morka broke from the pantheon of order at like around the end of the Age of Myth, or the beginning of Age of Chaos, one of the two.
Somewhere, no, it was definitely Age of Myth, but like
so Gorka Morka was like, go punch Sigmar in the face, really fucking hard, and that's to be my 2-week notice. So Bahamut did that, and Sigmar took exception to that, and Sigmar gave him a very, very long and very, very powerful power nap. So yeah, Sigmar beat the shit out of Bahamut, and he took nap.
Concussion.
And he took nap for a very long time.
Would you say that he napped for an entire age?
Damn near. You see, he did awake again. I believe it was during like the Age of Chaos, but he was asleep for like centuries.
Yeah.
But basically during the Age of Chaos, Archeon was on his bullshit about like capturing God Beasts and making their whole like pantheon of chaos corrupted God Beasts to do his bidding. So Archeon was like, I'm gonna go wake up Bahamut, and I'm gonna corrupt him for chaos. And so it was a 3-step plan. The first step plan was he had to get to Bahamut. He was asleep underground. So he had the Skaven with their warp drills basically drilled down into him and like corrupt the land around him and corrupt him himself because, warp stone drills and Skaven chaos drilling into him. The second part of his plan, pardon me, I'm dying currently. Second part of his plan is once the Skaven got to him was to get to his body and start doing more chaos shit and doing the whole corruption bit and whatnot. And the third plan was to put, like, an amulet around his neck, a big-ass amulet around his neck of, like, Nurgle to, like, corrupt his soul. And he was also going to fill Bahamut's mind with, like, corrupted half-truths about how his dad died. And basically just all of this was going to culminate until him corrupting
he was going to Horus him.
Basically, yeah. And then he was
enough.
going to have a very big, angry god beast to do his bidding. So Sigmar knew this was happening and kind of took exception to that. And he was like, that can't happen. So he sent Stormcast Eternals. So I guess that must have happened in Sigmar then. Yeah, no, I have my ages wrong. I apologize. He was waking up Age of Sigmar because he sent the Stormhost there to deal with that. I apologize. But yeah, so he sends the Stormhost down there to deal with that because obviously that would be a very bad fucking thing to happen. Stormhost gets into some bullshit with Archeon and they're fighting and whatnot. So while this is happening, Bahamut starts waking up. Not like corrupted, he was just waking up because he's in lots of pain because he's getting drilled into. And there's also a bunch of fighting going on around him. So he wakes up and he kind of sees like the state of Grua at the moment. Because when he went to sleep, Grua was like a paradise world, like jungle and whatnot. Mm-hmm. He woke up to it being really fucked by chaos and he was not happy. So he basically kind of starts roiding the fuck out. And so the Stormhost make a split decision. They're like, well, we can't prevent him from being woken up and chaos corrupted now because he is awake. So now he has to die. So they tried to do the exact same thing Sigmar did to his dad, and I forget what it's called, but I believe it's a machine or a power of some sort that just like strikes mega lightning into something and kills it, which is how Sigmar murdered Yumnog. So they're trying to do that, but it's not very accurate, so it keeps missing him, and it's not working out. And the Stormhosts are now.
I bet you they're hitting lots of Skaven though.
And the Stormhosts are now being crumped by chaos. They're being outnumbered, and shit's just overall like not going very well. So, not looking good. Then the Selesant Prime shows up, and he's like, it's time to fix this shit. So Selesant Prime shows up and basically channels like all of the super lightning into Galmaraz, Dahama, and just goes boink and kind of boops Bahamut in the head with it, and he died. Yeah, he died. That's basically what happens. The kind of thing where there's not a whole lot of lore about him, because he just was with Gorka Morka, and he was his champion, and did a bunch of fighting, and then he got knocked the fuck out, and then he woke up, and then he got murdered.
They really did do him like that, didn't they?
That's kind of what happened. Like, yeah, there's other things about it that we can get more into the nitty-gritty about it later, but as far as, like, generalized lore, that's kind of what happened. So, current status, dead as fuck.
I got it. Okay. I go to Big Daddy Bone Man himself now.
Oh, shit.
Oh, she's.
Yeah. Status? Scheming.
Scheming. Always scheming.
How very each of you.
He's actually one of the best, like, schemers out of the entire pantheon.
How very Zinch of you.
I know.
Look at that, the Zinch player talking about someone who likes to scheme. What do you know?
Shocking.
He is the self-proclaimed ruling god of the realm of Shyish. No der. He's
not surprising
the
there.
realm of death, and boy, he likes his death.
Didn't he kill literally every other god of death?
I'm pretty sure he killed majority of all the other gods of death. I'm not going to go over his appearance. He's a big skeleton guy with black armor. Get over it. Let's go straight to the Age of Myth. So in the Age of Myth, this man was in charge of building pretty much all the cities. So he had his dead walkers, and they would go and they would build a city. And after they got done building a city, they would leave. And then people that were roaming the lands were like, "That's a castle. That's nice. I'm gonna settle there because that looks easily defendable." So this man built the mortal realms. But in this process, this is where he gets his idea that he is the ruler of all souls. He's like the person that's supposed to get all the souls when everybody dies. Not only is he the sole ruler of the realm of death, but it was an agreement between the gods, pretty much, that he was going to get all the souls.
Okay.
And this is where he starts getting angry because in the Age of Myth, kind of going into the Age of Chaos as well. The elves are like, hey, you see all these elven souls? Not yours.
I mean, I feel like extenuating circumstances with that one. I'm just saying.
Mortal souls.
I'm just
supposed
saying.
to be his. And even it's like the tree people still have souls. Alariel keeps them stealing them back. Sigmar.
The Stormcast of fucking Eternals.
Yeah.
Stormcast. Sigmar was so audacious. The audacity of this man.
The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch.
This man would be stealing souls from Shaiish to create. Because he's like, damn, that's a good fighter in Shaiish.
Yoink.
Yoink.
Nagash. I can't believe you've done this.
And so this is when Nagash gets really angry.
Isn't he pissed at Chaos too? Because Chaos will like steal the souls of people that they make their champions and shit like that. Or
not only that, but they kind of been crumping his realm.
They won't leave the fuck alone.
Chaos also kind of likes to just go fuck with Shaiish.
Well, the reason why Chaos wanted Shaiish was because, hey,
Souls.
when you die, you're going to Chaos. That's really about it. Because all souls go to Shaiish.
Yeah.
So, if you kill, if you take over the realm of Shaiish, there's no hope. There's no hope.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah. Age of Chaos. There's a lot of battles here, but I'm just gonna state he fought a lot of battles. He fought Sigmar.
Yeah, I would say the only person who was as active as Sigmar in the Age of Chaos would probably have been Nagash.
He also died in the Age of Chaos.
Nagash did?
Yeah.
Well, okay, he died, or or one of his like avatars died.
This is what it states: with Nagash dead. Wait a minute. Yeah, no. In the Battle of Black Skies, I believe he died.
Did Archaon kill him?
You know, I don't know. It's just Chaos.
I feel like it was, because Archaon fucking kills everybody.
Yeah. It's kind of like a rite of passage.
But
you haven't been killed by Archaon yet, you're not important enough.
His Mortarchs gathered his body. Hence Nagash, the Undying King, hence the name. Can't really die. He just comes back. Took him to the city, because this was all Nagash's are. Which is the center of Shaiish. They took him to the secret city of Stygex? Stygiz? Stygxx. How the hell are you supposed to pronounce that?
Stygix?
Stygix.
STY.
It's the fucking river Styx with extra steps. Like
Styx. So they stick it.
G-dubs, what the fuck you doing?
Styx,
it's obviously the river Styx with extra steps.
Okay. And that's where he came back. During this entire process, by the way, to get back at all the Chaos Gods, backtracking it back a bit to the Age of Myth, he tasked Archaon the Black, to gather all the Realm Stone? Yes, Realm Stone. And bring it to the center of Nagashazar so he can turn it to Shade Glass, do magic stuff with that, and claim the ruler of all realms. Pretty much kill everybody and hey, I got everybody's souls type of thing.
It's cool, he just want to murder everyone. No big deal.
And it was at the beginning of the Age of Sigmar that Arcan. Not Archeon. Arcan.
Can do this.
Like, it's not my can, it's Arcan.
Okay, Arcan. Our can.
There you go. Damn it.
Archeon?
I will fucking stab you.
Please do it in my suffering upon this mortal coil. Nagash, here I come.
He was able to Arcan was able to complete this task because he was, it wasn't him that grabbed every single bit of like sand that had Realm Stone. It was the hordes of skeletons and the zombies. So just like, can you imagine like two zombies walking along the beach having a great time and just look down and go boop boop, picked up sand. And it's like they just turn around and go, time to go back.
A single grain.
And it was supposed to be minute things at a time so nobody noticed. And when the gods actually noticed what was going on, it was too late to do anything about it. But the Chaos Gods were like, I'm gonna send some Skaven over there.
Low rats. Oh, this is Necroquakes.
Yes, this is how the Necroquake
happens. Yeah,
happens.
because the Skaven fucked it up. Because the Skaven fuck everything up.
So something was happening. So the ritual was going wrong, but Nagash jumped into the ritual to try to get as much of the death magic as he possibly could. And before it was too much, he got out. And then the Necroquake happened.
Yeah, because the Skaven being like the presence of chaos, like supercharged it and made it a lot stronger than it was supposed to be.
Yeah, and then that's when we have the Night Haunt come out, where all the dead rise.
We have endless spells and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because of Nagash.
Woo.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the end of that. Fun fact, I'm going to go over his aspects because he has a fair amount of them. He has Bal Nagash, the Black Child. And I'm just going to be reading this from Lexicanum because they're just short descriptions.
Yeah.
A kind, nurturing aspect of Nagash who soothes the dying in their last moments.
That's nice. Still
feel like
betrayed Sigmar.
I feel like it's kind of a lie though, because Nagash is kind of a dick.
Black Priest.
Mm-hmm.
The aspect of Nagash who gives secure, pretty much gives solace to those whose deaths are too painful to like bear.
Mm-hmm. He like breaks their soul. It's so painful, but he like helps that not happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. That's neat.
Nagash Moore, the Reaper King. An aspect that is calm and silent. He weighs the hearts of dead souls against a feather.
Huh, gee, I wonder where that's from.
This aspect is also the defender of the dead and living both, taking to the field of battle to defend people in the forgotten corners of Shyish.
And what's that form called again?
Nagashmore, the Reaper King.
Okay, that is so. He does the weighing and the fighting.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
The Forlorn Child. This aspect brings peace to those who die before their allotted time. The Undying King. How you imagine Nagash to look.
Bone Daddy.
And this is the guy this is what they have for the description of the Undying King. One of the most popular aspects of Nagash and one of the most warlike. It is said that he leads 999 legions of war and walks in every man's shadow and wades in every man's blood.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Wait, 999
legions?
He's pretty zingy.
Yeah, that's pretty zingy,
That's
my
pretty
friend.
fucking zingy.
This is the man schemes.
Sure, it's been zingy the whole time.
Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. He does like playing his game.
It's also the aspect that seeks to scour Shyish clean or score Shyish clean of false life.
False life, like...
He's not the most caring. This is this less caring aspect, but all of his other aspects are like, I got you, baby. Don't worry about this.
It's okay that you were brutally murdered by 12 men, like, slowly stabbing you to death with spoons.
But
How'd you die? My throat got gouged out by a head of lettuce. This seems like a job for Nagash.
yeah.
Isn't there one called like Patra Nagash or something like that?
No, these are his other names. I'll go over his names. You got Ur-Death.
All right.
Well, these are his titles. Ur-Death, Great Necromancer, the Undying King, the Black Harvester, Reaper Lord, Elder Bones,
Elder Bones.
Elder Bone.
the Grave God, Tyrant of Bones, Patir Nagash. Or
Patir.
It's Patra or Patra, right?
Pa-
It means dad in another language.
Pater, Pater,
Pater.
Pater.
Because that's the same title in 40k for a priest is Pater.
But it means father, doesn't it?
It's basically a bastardization of Padre.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
It's father Nagash.
It might actually be like Italian or something. I'm not sure. I'm only familiar with Spanish and English, and I'm not that familiar with Spanish or English.
I think Elder Bones is my favorite.
Oh yes,
Elder
the Elder
Bones.
Bones. I like to leave off the S.
There's a sex joke in there somewhere. Gonna get the Elder Bone. Ha ha!
Heyo.
Dangly parts.
And now
Dangly bits.
this is the end of the long part of the episode. Quickly, go over the other gods that we apparently...
So,
Dun 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 dun. Phoenix.
the Phoenix.
It's a phoenix next.
Basically, it's the father of all phoenixes, and it is in fact served by the members of the Phoenix Temple.
I'm going to
It
assume
also lives in
themselves.
Heesh. Yes, it's from Heesh, and it is resurrected every time it dies in a very specific crystallized valley in Heesh.
You mean to tell me that the phoenix resurrects itself?
I know, it's amazing. Congratulations, you now know everything you need to know about the Phoenix. Moving on.
The six smiths. So this one is a little important. So the six smiths are
Stormcast.
They are yeah. They're dwarven demigods, scions of Grungy. They're the kind of the ones that preside over the Stormcast. Like Grungy's not around anymore. He's off doing Grungy things. They're the ones that make the weapons, make the armor. They watch over the Sigmar. Give me a second. Sigmarobulum. There we go. That one. The Sigmarobulum. Sigmar thing.
I would have died trying to say that.
Sigmarobulum. And if I remember correctly, the Sigmarobulum, those are the rings, right?
Yeah, that's basically the iron ring around Malice.
They're the
Malice?
Malice. Yeah.
Malice.
They're the ones who, whenever a Stormcast dies, they're the ones that are responsible for reforging them. They're the ones who that repair or repair their armor if it's damaged, or reshape it into something new for a new Stormcast should that need be. And they are also part of the thrice blessing process on Stormcast Eternals, because all Stormcasts are thrice blessed.
Well, their armor.
Their armor, yeah, like their armor. Their first blessing is when they pound Sigmar's name into the armor and then sand it down smooth. The second one is runes and dwarven runes and shit like that are inscribed for protection. And the third blessing, which is my favorite, is one of the sixes go wipe sweat off hand, flick it on armor. Yeah, the sweat of their brow. They basically, as they're hammering, as they're working on this armor, them sweating profusely is a blessing, which is kind of nasty.
I love that.
Well, I feel like I could just see all Stormcast Eternal just smelling like dank, dirty armpit dwarves now.
Wow, look at these wonderful beings of
Just lightning bolt from the sky, big explosion, demons cowering in fear. Who smells of gym shorts?
Nurgle accidentally mistaking Stormcast Eternals for one of his legions. Oh, hello there, gentlemen. Wait a second, what the fuck? You smell like one of us, but you do not look like one of us.
Right? No, I kind of consider they're like the sons of Grungy. They're the scions of Grungy. They're the ones who were personally trained by him to basically do his job. And they are demigods, point blank. And actually, speaking of which, so learning about them, I actually learned something cool about Stormcast weapons specifically. Each type of Stormcast
I already
weapon...
knew that.
I'm sure you did. But I don't think they do, so shut the fuck up! In case you're wondering, Philip is a cunt. Whenever they make the Stormcast weapons, each weapon, like a sword or a hammer or whatever type of weapon it is, it takes on like the aspect of one of the sentient tempests in Azir. So like the tempest that's like very blunt and unrelenting is the one that the hammer is basically based off of it. It's basically like a piece of that storm is in the weapon itself. And that's kind of how they shape the weapons, and they have a piece of that storm's power, which is why Stormcast weapons are so much stronger than any weapon realistically should be. And they're the ones who make all that, and it's super neat.
There's a reason why every time you get hit by a Stormcast Eternal's hammer, there's a thunder crack and a bolt of lightning. Because guess what? It's the fury of the storm.
Basically, and I know the names of one of them, and it's Ong, O-N-G, Ong, which is Khazalid for one.
Wonderful.
And that's it. We don't know a whole lot. I'll be doing some more research later to kind of dig a little deeper, see if I can find anything else interesting. But that's basically the important shit that we know. And as far as dwarves go, there's a couple other ones in the Pantheon, like Valea, and a couple others that I can't quite remember, but they're really not big in the lore at the moment.
Lexicanum has one line.
They might be coming soon. They might not. I know Grungy might be trying to bring Valea back. So if any more lore for them comes out that is prominent, we will go over it then. But I'm not really going to waste the time right now because, once again, this is a vague run-through for now, and they're just really not that important at the moment.
Yeah. And the other important thing to note, if any of y'all are sitting out there scratching your head going, this seems like it's really short, especially compared to like 40k lore, keep in mind that Age of Sigmar has been out for approximately 6 years.
Well, 40K has been out since 1982, I think.
If we're not counting Rogue Trader, yeah, I think it's the 80s.
No, I think Tabletop's been out since 82, I think, and Rogue Trader was, I think, 80? Maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 40K has been around a lot longer, and there is so much more lore. Realistically, the amount of lore that we have for AOS now, given the game's only like 6 years old, is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another important thing to note is that we would have more lore to go over if, Games Workshop hadn't decided to nuke their own IP. Hashtag rest in peace, Warhammer Fantasy.
I still got another god.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
That's about the 6 minutes for
He
me.
really doesn't.
So now we're going to go over to Alariel's booty call. I mean, Kurnoth.
Kurnoth.
There we go.
The booty man himself.
I'm literally just gonna state he was the guy. He was the hunter god.
He threw Alariel dick, end quote.
And died in the Age of Chaos. That's literally all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah. He was. Oh fuck. What's Romalife's name again?
Oh,
Gyrin.
Got it. I think that's right.
Yeah, he was like the god of Gyrin before Alariel woke up and was like, haha, I'm stronger. This bitch mine.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, this is actually quite interesting. So when Alariel got to that realm and saw this god, she defeated him, flayed him, and extracted a seed out of him, and then planted that said seed, and that's what became the god.
Why did she flay him? Why was she so mad?
Don't waste good meat.
Why did she fight him in the first place?
Because it was a very angry god.
Oh, he was mad as fuck.
Yes.
He was kind of a dick, and then he became the dick.
He was kind of a dick, and then he gave the dick.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, yeah, I think that about sums up the rest of the gods from the not dickhead pantheon, i.e. Chaos. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it off here. And our next episode, do we want to call it episode 4 part 3 or just episode 5? Because we are still technically going over gods.
No, we're going straight to Chaos. It's going to be episode 5.
Yeah, and 5 might be a 2-parter because
Five might be a 3-parter.
There is so much to talk about when it comes to the Chaos gods.
I think we're
going
to start with we're going to go episode 1, or part 1, part 3, part 2, just to be chaotic.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
But yeah, so Chaos Gods will be the next one we're going over. It's going to be a lot to cover. Even being vague, it's going to be a lot to cover because realistically, a lot of the lore that is important to Chaos Gods not only happen in AOS, but also happen in Fantasy. So we might end up having to go over a bunch of that happen in Fantasy because they are the same gods. There was no the world blew up and we had amnesia or we changed form. The Chaos Gods won in Fantasy. So there's lots of shit that they did then that might still be important now in AOS.
Yeah, mostly having to do with especially Slaanesh, because Slaanesh got its ultimate victory at the end of Fantasy, so we kind of have to talk about
the reason why Slaanesh got captured is because of shit that he did in Fantasy.
Just imagine eating a 10-pound brisket
and then having to fight like Mike Tyson, but 4 of them.
I wouldn't say Mike Tyson, but trying to defend yourself from 5-year-olds. It's not happening.
Yeah, and this we'll probably break down the gods. Then we'll probably do the characters because there are 3 or 4 Chaos characters that are very important. Premier one being Archeon, and he is 100% from Fantasy, and he came over to AOS. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of shit we're gonna be going over. So don't be surprised if not only do all 3 of these episodes run for a long ass time, there's probably gonna be more than 2.
Yeah. You know what we should do just to be super extra? Is we all need to take a Saturday off and then come over here and then just record for 8 hours straight and just record everything at once, then split it up into multiple different sections and then just jumble the entire sections around.
Please
and then release those as all separate episodes and be all right, now you get to figure out which one's first.
The next episode's actually episode 34, that's what we're labeling it. Episode 3, the last part is going to be episode 5, the first part is going to be episode 33, and the second part is going to be episode 98.
So that's technically the end of the episode, but I would like to state, I want to talk about our hobby stance, because this is also our hobby.
Yeah, I mean, that is very fair. So I guess at this point, if y'all want to tune out here, this is going to be the end of the lore section. I think we're going to spend the next little bit of time just kind of bullshitting around.
If you want to hear about the reason why we can't keep money in our wallets, this would be the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially with the Escalation League that starts next week.
Oh God, is that fuck? I gotta go get.
I have lizards to build.
Yeah, I was about to say you have
And,
lizards
hey,
to build, not even painting.
I know. I only got the green on some of these guys, and I'm
I'm
gone for the weekend.
Honest to God, I might just like slap blue on all of my lizards, call it painted, and then just fucking scrub the color off.
Wait,
I'm done.
I have important news
No one
that
cares.
Cersei already knows about, but Mitchell, I got the Celestant Prime.
I saw that box at the
Listen
store,
to-
and I was
listen to
like, I wonder if Philip.
Not only
got
that,
that.
so Jay was gonna give. He said, "Yeah, I'll give this to you 10% off." And Phil's like, "But I have the Knights of like the discount, so that's 15." So Jay's like, "My bad, I'll give it to you for 20% off." So we got $80 model, an $80 model for $60.
No.
Not 60. It was more than that because it's remember 20%. But yeah, it
Roughly.
was like it was something like $16 off.
Does Jay just want to see it built?
I think he really does. I'm gonna be honest. Also, it's because like literally, so it was in one of those
Jay
white...
is the guy who runs our game store. In case
Yeah.
you're wondering.
Yeah, no, we're not like going to like the local back alley drug dealer and getting our models.
To be fair, if I got them for cheaper, I'd probably do that.
What's a kidney amongst friends, right? But no,
I want to take a piece of my liver because it regrows.
I mean, kind of.
My liver's worthless at
Listen,
the moment.
I only
Literally
need
fucked.
I only need one eye and one testicle to be like useful.
I mean,
One
yeah, I
eye, one
suppose.
testicle, half a liver.
Hey, and one kidney. Can I
Also, half a one lung.
So
as
that'll
well.
give
Oh,
me
and then
so
like half my stomach. You
so
just, like, have the other half of it?
realistically
You lose weight.
that'd probably get us like what, about a fifth of 40K army.
Exactly.
That would get you like 200 points.
So I saw, before we continue real quick, I saw a meme. It's about Henry Cavill and him like doing season 2 of The Witcher on Netflix.
Oh,
They're
they're
like,
coming out with season 2?
They're like, yeah. So Henry Cavill's getting paid like $400,000 an episode for season 2.
Holy
so
shit!
like, and it's cool because now he can finally afford to have a second Warhammer army.
Yeah, and he has like the cheapest Warhammer army known to man right now.
I don't know, man. For a custodian, you gotta buy a bunch of Forge World shit.
No.
You don't need to. It just looks nice.
Yeah.
Brother Dreadnought is terrifying. And
It is,
Forge
but you
World.
don't need it. But it's nice to have.
I'm just saying that Custody Guard, like their troop choice,
Yeah.
they get storm shields.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then like all of their infantry have OBSEC. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. It's disgusting, and they all have like a 4-up invuln.
They all naturally have a 5-up invuln,
5-up, that's what
but
it
then
is.
they have something in their rules which makes it a 4-up.
Yeah, it's like if their sergeant takes a certain piece of equipment, it becomes a 4-up.
Then I think if they have their shields again, make it a 3-up.
I'm
or
not
something-
sure it stacks that
something
much, but
like
yeah,
that.
it's something disgusting.
Yeah. But overall, it's like I got things building. What? Clearly, Philip is playing Stormcast Eternals.
Yes.
I am playing Seraphim. I eat lizard boys.
So for
And
those
I'm playing Cruel Boys with my boy Kragnos.
noise. So yeah, for those of you who don't know,
Me and
Mitchell
Mitchell-
actually helps organize a bunch of Warhammer leagues. We just call them leagues because they're not true tournaments. They're not truly
They're based over a
competitive.
period of time. The Escalation League is going to be one game
Yeah,
every
There-
3
Mitchell
weeks.
organizes
there's no
a bunch of
buy-in
them.
or anything. At least not yet.
Yeah, for the Sigmar one. So we just wrapped up our 40K one, which was a lot of fun. We had a lot of new players come out and learn the game, and got a lot of new people interested in 40K.
Real quick, Mitchell, did you in the Warhammer League? Did you go 2-2-1? 2 win, 2 loss, 1 win.
So
let's
3
see,
and 1?
I lost
Or
my
2?
first game. I technically tied my second game, but I'm going to classify that myself as a win.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the end of turn 2. My gosh, those turns took forever.
Oh yeah. So there was, speaking of new players, there was a new player who was still learning the rules. Who he took basically an hour to an hour and a half per phase. So that was a long game.
Sometimes that's just how it be. These
It
phases,
really is.
40K man goes for those
Especially the shooting phase.
those
oh my
turns.
God.
Like good God,
Yeah, and then I beat Admech Dude.
Tristan.
Yeah, I just didn't want to say names.
No, my bad.
Remember, this is going out to a bunch of random people. Love y'all, but we don't know you, to be fair.
And then I lost to David, and then me and you classified it as a tie.
Yeah, that was a rough game for both of us.
We were not having the
So,
greatest
so,
of days.
did you go through? So, are you saying 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie, or
I think it was.
Technically, it's 2, 2, and 1, isn't it?
It's 2, 2, and 1.
yeah,
2 wins, 2 ties, 1 loss. Technically, something like that. I don't know. Somebody's gonna rewind
No,
this shit
no,
and
no, no,
figure
no,
it
no.
out.
It's 2 losses, 1 win, 2 ties.
I went 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. Mitchell.
I went 0-5.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I lost all 5. No, because
my fists have no love.
You mean my dice luck? For those of you who don't know, I played 2 other people in our league who were like, I have notoriously bad dice luck, and then I played them and they were like, Jesus Christ, I didn't think anybody could have worse dice luck than me. Because, like, it's not like, oh yeah, this guy rolls, like, 26s out of, like, 22, or 21s out of 22 shots. No, my luck is like, oh, cool, you have a captain standing nearby? Cool, you're gonna roll straight 2s for 18 of your 20 shots. Oh, by the way, those exploding 6s you get for being an Imperial Fist with bolt weapons, yeah, you're gonna get 6 6s the entire game in the shooting phase. And it's like,
me and Mitchell have taken this boy's dice and done the whole like saltwater test to see what these dice are predispositioned to roll towards. And of the majority of his dice, like about 75% were predispositioned to roll 1 or 2s.
Yeah.
And me and Mitchell are sitting here just like, God, are you there?
We need to buy this man a new set of dice.
We really do.
Because you've done that for what, 2 sets of dice now, and both of the times that they've been like that.
Yeah, they've been pretty fucking trash.
Yeah, but no, like I'm not like fucking with my dice or anything. I'm not throwing them in microwaves. No, like straight up, I just buy a set of dice, play with them, and like the first couple games, they're like we'll roll statistically average.
I'm gonna see if I can swing getting you at least 2 sets of those metal die. But here's why
I hate those metal die.
But here's why.
No, the Chesic ones are nice.
The dice that you buy never roll well for you, right? Yeah. I've bought myself all those metal die, and they roll average or good.
Well, I bought myself a lot of yellow dice from Chesics, and they roll nice.
So I honest to God, I've hated on Chesics before, but like, honest to God, like they're not bad.
All I'm saying, those metal dice that I got, they're nice. I don't know why I hate on them.
Would you like to try my bicycle dice?
They're pretty fucking nice.
Fuck your bicycle dice, dude.
Oh my God, there was the demon dice. We found that one random green D6 that was like, do you want to see 10 rolls of 6 back to back to back to back?
Oh yeah.
Back to back?
No, we were hanging out at Circe's place one night, and we were just like, oh, here's some random dice we found his cat playing with, and we rolled it, and it rolled a 6, and we were like, oh, that's neat. And then we kept rolling, and we rolled like 5 6s back to back to back.
Me and Mitchell rolled 12 rolls of that dice. Half of those, so 6 of the 12 were 5 or 6s, and then the other half were 4, 3, 2s, or 1s, which is fucking insane.
You mean 8 of the? No, 6.
No, half were 5 or 6, and then other half were.
But of the other half, none of them were 1s.
Almost all of them were 4s.
I think we had to roll like 25 times
before
to get
a 1.
Before we got a 1.
Yeah, I walked over and I was like, what are you all guys doing over here? And they were like, oh yeah, here's this like amazing luck dice. And I was like, bullshit. Rolled a 5 and I was like, oh shit, maybe that does have good luck.
When Phil rolls the 5 or 6, that dice has been thrice blessed.
It really has though. But no, so that's currently what I'm working on in Age of Sigmar is I have to, and I still have the remnants of that Vanguard start collecting Stormcast box to build. So I built the Lord out of it, and I built the I'm gonna forget what they're called now. The guys who have like the bolt crossbow pistol things. Yeah, that's the Vanguard guys. Yeah. And then I think I still have the. I built the Griffhounds out of that box, but I think I still have the cavalry unit in there. And then I of course have built all of my Dominion models, which oh my god, if y'all haven't looked at the Dominion box, the models in there are pretty fucking nice.
And you can get them for cheap now. I know
you really can.
Our store is selling them for $150 on eBay.
Really?
Yeah, no,
aren't they $250?
No, they're $200, but Jay is trying to get those out because he is like they've been sitting here for months now, and we're just trying to get them out. So like he was literally talking to me, and he was like, hey, if you can find someone else to split this Dominion box with, like I will give you a juicy discount. And I was
just need these things gone.
Yeah, I was pretty heavily debating it. Hey Mitchell, you want another Dominion?
Do you want the Cruel Boys half, and I can take it to the Stormcast?
No, I want more Stormcast. I'll sell you Drast Online. I just want the rest of the Stormcast because oh my god, those Annihilators are good.
I really don't need any more.
The Annihilators are they in squads of 3 or 6?
Or
3, 6, or 9?
They're 3 squads of 3.
So
they can be reinforced once. So no, they're not battle line.
Oh, only once.
Yeah.
And even a 6-man squad of those would be kind of juicy.
Dude, yeah.
I think James should get a Dominion box and like split because
my James?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I know he really likes Lord of the Ring orcs, but if he wants to be able to play these games with us, he can paint them up gray.
Yeah,
And they
and
they don't look bad gray.
And the other thing about it is that the orcs, or not the orcs, the rule set for Sigmar is a lot more simple than 40k. Because that was kind of his thing about 40k, is he was like, that is a lot of rules that I have to learn, and he was kind of like, we'll take a rain check on that one. But Sigmar is really stripped down. Like, you can basically print all the rules you need on two sides of an 8x11 sheet of paper.
But yeah, so Phil's running Stormcast.
And I will be doing the OG Golden Boys, the
Hammers of Sigmar.
Hammers of
the
Sigmar,
iconic.
Yeah, because I like my character models, and there's only one character model that isn't the Hammers of Sigmar. I need to get my hands on the Underworld set for them as well.
I'm doing Lizards, and I'm actually going to be...
Yeah,
I'm wanting to run Thunder Lizards because I like making dinosaurs my battle line.
Yes.
I cannot get over that the Stegodons can be battle line if you're running Thunder Lizards, and that's just fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, I have Croak as well. I'm basically going to be... I'm playing with the list. I'm not super well-versed in AOS tabletop. What I'm thinking of doing is just Thunder Lizards, so I have big Lizards, and then I have magic casting skinks. is basically what I'm going to be doing. At least what I'm thinking of doing, and I'm going to see how that plays out.
Come on and slam!
All I'm saying is, I'm just going to have, 5 Stegodons that battle line and be like, bring it, bitch.
Oh my god. And I'm doing Cruel Boys, yay.
When are you going to start playing with your snake ladies?
I want to finish painting Cruel Boys because that was very much of an impulse buy, but I chose them for my...
Escalation.
Yeah, because I had Kragnos as well. And I
I
don't need to buy anything else. I want to buy the big Birdman and the boss on the Troggoth and maybe some more hackers, like Gut Rippers.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm just like, I'm done. Like, that's my entire army, and I'm done.
I'm thinking I'm thinking. So your 2 armies are Cruel Boys and Daughters of Cain.
Yeah.
Phil, yours are Stormcast, and then Demon or Slanesh.
Yeah, so Slanesh is going to be my hybrid army because I'm right now. So I bought all that Sisters and Drukhari stuff from Piety and Pain, but I just recently cut a deal where I'm trading Drukhari for Magic.
Yeah.
Because apparently I enjoy having no money and no life whatsoever.
Hey, don't worry, I'm getting back into Magic too.
Yeah.
Heyo! Now I can beat both of your asses at Magic.
Hey, you want to do a 2v1 where we just kick his ass?
I need to build my competitive angel.
I know.
I need to build my competitive angel commander deck.
Yeah. Wait. What's the Kalia? Is she an angel?
No.
What is she?
A human cleric.
Really?
Yeah.
But doesn't she have flying?
Is this the black, red, and white human cleric? That's the 3-drop.
The Mardu. So Kalia, at least old Kalia, or as I call her, good Kalia. She's a 4-drop. She's Mardu, so she's red, black, and white, and 1 colorless, and she is a cleric.
I really thought about putting her as my commander and just doing
so you can free drop angels
and just throw some angels in there.
If you want to do Mardu angels, talk to Taryn because he did Mardu angels and he did. I think her name was Tariel.
Yeah.
And he did red, white, black angels, and they were pretty fucking spooky.
Yeah, and throw in some just humans in there.
Yeah. Well, some humans have good synergy with angels. Just depends on what. Off you go.
I'm pretty sure that was the recliner.
Yes, it is the recliner.
Dude, they know how to whack that.
Dude, those
recliner.
cats are going full crackhead.
But also,
I swear.
Not only do we do Age of Sigmar, but
we do 40k as well.
We do 40k. I was also going to talk about Outward Realms.
Real quick though, for my Age of Sigmar, man, okay, so I already have an army for Order. And I kind of don't want to get another army for Order. I kind of want to branch out and do maybe the the ghouls. What are they calling the ghouls these days?
Flesh
Eater Courts?
Yeah, the Flesh Eater Courts. Oh my god, those look so good.
What are the Deepkin part of Order? Because that's my second army is the Eden of Deepkin. But I don't think they're part of Order.
They are. They are part of Order. Yeah, technically.
But they're fucking evil.
Well, technically, I actually have 3 armies because I have that Night Haunt box that apparently I'm not selling and I'm giving to your cousin to paint for me.
Yeah. So technically, yes, you're going to have 3 armies. But no, my thing is that I really want to try and diversify my army collection. But realistically, I just love how the Sylvaneth look. I cannot lie, them Sylvaneth got me thinking funny.
Got me fucked up. But yeah, no, so we do that. We also do 40k. And we got into 40k first actually, so we all have a decent bit of armies. Like I think I have 5 40k armies. I run
Jesus, really?
salamanders for Space Marines,
Yeah.
and then I have my NIDS to build, and then and then I have my chaos to build.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I
Your
have-
Chaos Space Marines,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have my CSMs, and then I have my
Corn.
custodies to build,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and I have my corn demons.
Oh, God, that's right.
Yeah.
So much.
Well, this man's up there with me because I have
1,000 Suns.
I have my 1,000 Suns.
T-boys.
I have my Gene Stealer cult. I have my Necrons. I technically have my Space Marines. I may or may not be selling those.
I want your Redemptor.
Is that all I got? Let me open up my door. No, I got my Titan.
Hmm?
I got my Titan.
Oh, that's right. He has a Titan. He got that Warhound for like
$200.
Yeah.
Freaking steel.
Is that all I have for 40k?
I guess your Titan could just be shoehorned into
Basically any
Would
Imperial.
it have to be
army.
AdMech? Could it be any Imperial?
No, it's any Imperial army. You actually don't get, as far as I'm aware, you don't get benefits for running Titans with anyone.
Which is stupid because realistically Titans are like AdMech specific, whatever. And then Phil, you have three 40k armies,
Well,
don't you?
I've considered selling my Space Marine army.
I want your Redemptor Dreadnought.
Me and Phil will be fighting over your Redemptor Dreadnought.
No, I need that for my IFAS list to
Listen,
make it competitive. Stop that.
I want to have 3 Redemptor Dreadnoughts so I can run my Primaris Tech Marine as my Warlord and just have a bunch of Redemptor Dreadnoughts that have +1 strength and +1 attack characteristics, so I can punch people with a strength 16 weapon.
Let me open up my closet to make sure.
Oh, God.
But Phil, technically, as of right now, you have 5 armies too because you have Space Marines, Slanesh,
Yeah.
Sisters,
Yeah.
AdMech, and Drukhari.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
you could
how
actually...
could I forget my Chaos Space Marines that I have for my Crusade?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have like, what, 1,000 points in them?
Yes, and I'm thinking about what if I actually sell my Space Marines, just go get more Chaos Space Marines and actually paint it up as the Scourge
Well,
because I really enjoy that paint
We
scheme.
can CSM together because I'm gonna be painting mine as World Eaters, or World Eaters / just a random ass
World
warband.
Eaters or Word Bearers?
World Eaters.
Then you definitely cannot play with Mitchell because Mitchell's a hard Zinch.
Well, no, I'm just saying we can CSM together.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
But no, oh, don't give me that look. But no, so if you actually want to be technical, technically you could say that I have 6 armies because Mitchell a while back got me a bunch of Imperial Knights for dirt cheap.
Oh
on
yeah,
Reddit.
yeah, technically,
Oh,
yeah.
Which I need to paint those guys up. Actually, Jay said he would help me. He would show me how to do all the armor paneling correctly.
Oh, nice.
So all these
Yeah.
conversations aside, we are very heavy in the 40k, and we're just now starting to get into AOS.
Yeah, literally, Mitchell and I, our first foray into Sigmar, other than just being like, oh yeah, Sigmar's a thing, was we bought Dominion. Yeah, we bought Dominion because our local store guy, Jay, was like, hey, come get Dominion. Like, y'all have said you're kind of interested in it, but you don't really, like, know where to get started. They're going right into 3rd edition right now. Dominion has a core rulebook.
It's a great fucking time to get.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, like, just get this stuff and start learning.
And
We
like
were like,
us
that
swampy
sounds dope.
boys.
And now, and here's the funny part. So we're all just kind of starting to get into AOS. We're all getting pretty pumped about it. But then this 3rd game came along that me, Mitchell, and I'm pretty sure Phil are pretty excited about.
Dude, I hated that first game so much.
Because I was beating your ass like a bongo drum.
I bought my first box of Space Frogs.
Oh God, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, can I buy Space Frogs? Where do you get them?
Backer kit.
Backer kit. Okay, is it the
Kickstarter.
It's Kickstarter.
It's kind of Kickstarter, but they already are in production and
Send me a link to where I can go to look
Yeah.
at that.
yeah.
So for those of you who
It's-
don't speak crackhead,
Outward Realms is the game we're talking about.
yeah, we're currently talking about Outward Realms. It's a game that's still currently under development, but it has a lot of promise.
It's really, really cool. And-
really fun.
Oh, yeah, super fun.
models are
Oh, the
sick.
models are so good.
It is a tabletop game, but it's gonna be. I think as of right now, it's just gonna be resin. It's not released yet. It'll be releasing I think next year, right? I think
beginning of next year.
Beginning of
Yeah.
next year. So soon. It's coming out soon.
Quarter 1, quarter 2, thereabouts.
So it's gonna be resin. But the cool thing is that the resin, the parts are gonna come in pre-scrubbed,
They're pre-scrubbed and pre-built.
which is
No,
No, that's right. They're not pre-built, but they are pre-scrubbed, pre-trimmed,
which is a big thing because I fucking
believe
hate.
so.
I hate.
I know
having
they're
to
pre-scrubbed.
scrub. I hate having to scrub resin. But no. So right now there's 4
It's
factions.
like Charles with his Malcador tank
Oh yeah,
from
yeah.
Forge World. Like, they just could not get the release agent off of that, and they could not get paint to stick to it.
Such a whore.
Anyway.
Yeah, the having to scrub. That's why I haven't started building my Breath Ash yet because I have to scrub it. I'm like, maybe I'll just wait until John is painting again and then have him do all of the work, and I'll just give him money. But no. So there's 4 facts right now, and I'm not telling you the names. I'm just telling you my names for them, which is evil robots, space frogs, humans, and Tyranids. Basically.
No, backyard insects.
Backyard insects, really angry fire ants.
Really?
It's not inaccurate.
I made the joke that they're aggressive Venus flytraps.
Because
Because that's what they look like.
They really do, though. But no, yeah. If
they run off a diesel.
if you wanna if you wanna know a little more about it, the game's Outward Realms. Please, by all means, look into it. If y'all interested in it, shoot one of us a message, or just shoot the Lorecast a message. We can probably send you a link to the Discord.
Yeah.
If you want,
they do have a Discord. They have games in there regularly that they are streaming. So if you want to go in and learn how to play the game and actually watch it played, there is a free mod for it on Tabletop Simulator. Those are the official rules, officially sponsored by the creator of the game. He's trying to get as much play testing that he can into his game before the game is released, so that the rule sets are all set and firm. So there's no like day one patches, like day one updates to the game to fix some
trying to make it as
things
smooth
like
as
that.
possible.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is the guy who makes the game himself is in the Discord. He'll just pop into games with them and chat with you playing, like, what do you think? You have anything you want to tell me? Like maybe something doesn't work as well. Like, he's really cool dude.
Mitchell,
He'll,
weren't
like,
you
talk
playing
with
a
me and
game
whatnot.
with one of the guys there that y'all were streaming? He popped in and y'all were like, "Hey, this rule's a little unclear," and so he changed the rules.
Oh yeah, he's changed the rule right on the play. He's like, oh, okay, and like 5 seconds later, he's like, it's updated in the rule book.
Click, clack, done. Yeah, that kind of freaked me out because when you sent me the link to like the rules, I was playing the game and I was typing something and I didn't realize that I could actually edit the rule page. So I typed a bunch of bullshit. I was like, so the rules are, why are there so many W's here? Oh, and I realized I had typed into the rule manual by accident. I had to erase that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think to be fair, I think that only affects your copy.
no, yeah,
but,
it
was
just
so
kind
funny.
of spooked me a little bit. But it's a super cool game, super fun. If you wanted to see if you wanted to play a game with us, we're also relatively new at it, so we probably don't know. We're probably not the best teachers, but I'd be down to play a game with anyone who heard about this and seemed interested. So just hit us up on our Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
We don't have Instagram. We have Twitter.
We have Twitter. We have the Bird app.
It shows what you know about our social media presence.
I suck at social media.
That's
so
okay. I do too, and I was the one who set up half the social
I have
media.
Facebook, and that's about it.
Like apparently I'm the. Wait a minute, I gotta change the password. Because I was trying to log in today, but for some reason the password was not the password.
No, yeah. I don't know about these two, but I'm a bad podcaster because I don't even have the apps for all of the social medias we're on, so I need to download those and get that information so I can check that shit because I haven't.
Yeah.
I have to call Mitchell and be like, how do I log into Podbean again?
But no, so Outward Realms, though, just to tell you a little bit more that's not, shit posting. Because as much as we love shit posting, good information is also
all I'm
good to
saying
have.
is
Slam body drink.
All I'm saying is Slam is not responsible for any bodily harm that comes you after consuming our product.
Yeah, so Outward Realms, it is going to be a sci-fi tabletop game. And it is, if you are familiar with the 40K or the Age of Sigmar style of tabletop game, it is nothing like that. So the 4 main factions, like we said, are humans. Then there are the frogs, sentient frogs, literally sentient frogs.
Space Ninja Turtles.
Basically. Then there's the...
Battletoads.
Then there's the, what's effectively the Protoss 2.0. I'm going to forget what they're called now.
The angry Protoss without bodies.
Just robots.
Yeah.
They're in the fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's there is an insect race that's very similar to the Tyranids. Not necessarily in design, but in theme.
In theme, actually, not even that.
Really?
It's more theory.
Lore,
they're space insects, so I call them Tyranids.
Yeah. There really are just space insects, and they come from a planet. I feel like I want to do some research, and we can start a secondary podcast.
Oh my god! No! Let's get this set a little bit so we don't just sound like drunken morons every time that we do this before we start doing secondary podcasts. I'm not prepared.
But no, so they are in the process of writing lore for Outward Realms, and if once we get our schedule and whatnot hammered out for this podcast, there's a pretty decent chance we're going to start covering lore for Outward Realms as well.
Yeah,
it's not guaranteed, but there's a pretty good chance it's going to happen.
It is something we are
It
is something we are very passionate at the moment, and should that continue, we might be adding that content in.
Yeah.
But that will more than likely be a second podcast, not a, hey, we're going to share this with Lorecast Eternals, because Lorecast Eternals is kind of dedicated to a specific thing.
I'm still trying to get Mitchell to let me do Warhammer 40k things every now and then.
No,
Dick.
stop that. Stop it. The market is oversaturated with 40k lore podcasts. We don't need that kind of competition.
Let me dream, Harold!
Look, all I'm saying is, we already ripped off Lorehammer a little bit with the name. Let's not step on their toes, please. I don't need angry Canadians coming after me, because I know one of them lives in Texas now. At least he did last time I checked.
Angry Canadians. Alright.
I think that's really going to be all about it. I kind of want to go to Buc-ee's and get some apples and peanut butter.
I think that's
Bro, why get apples and peanut butter when we could get nanner pudding?
That is
See,
before they start going into a detailed description of their dinner, that is enough of our shit.
But it's not dinner. It's a late night snack.
We're gonna go ahead and call it here. We'll see all you crazy fuckers at next episode. Hope you have a good rest of y'all's day and whatnot. And we out.